Good morning, students. Students, as you know, we were discussing the isomerism in the previous lecture. And I told you what are isomers, the compounds with the same molecular formula but different properties. Now, the isomerism, or in fact, this is the structural isomerism. The structural isomers can be classified into various categories. These are chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional isomerism, metamerism, ring chain isomerism, and the tautomerism. Regarding the chain, position, and functional, we have done in the previous lecture. Now, students, today we will be starting our discussion for metamerism. First of all, you must know when we talk about the metamerism, it is the isomerism in the same homologous series. So, it is the isomerism in same homologous series. Isomerism in same homologous series. So, isomerism in the same homologous series is called as a metamerism. Now, listen very carefully. These are those structural isomers in which the compounds have the same molecular formula but different structural formula due to the different types of alkyl group around the functional group. So, they have same molecular formula. They have same molecular formula. Same molecular formula. So, these compounds have a same molecular formula but different structural formula. They have a same molecular formula but different structural formula. They have same molecular formula but different structural formula due to different alkyl groups attached to the same polyvalent functional group. Due to the different alkyl groups attached to polyvalent functional group. Attached to the polyvalent functional group. Attached to the polyvalent functional group. Am I clear? As for example, just see over here, if you take this compound CH3, CH2 and then O and then CH2 and CH3. Suppose we want to give a name to this compound. This is ether linkage to these two alkyl group are attached. So, what will be the name given to this one? This will be ethoxyethane. The name of this group will be given as ethoxyethane. Now, over here, if you change the alkyl group attached to the polyvalent functional group, this will be the metamerism. And we write down this one CH3, CH2, CH2O and CH3. What will be the name given to this one? This will be alkoxy and this will be alkane. So, name of this group will be given as methoxypropane. What name do we give to this one? It will be methoxypropane. Am I clear, student? Now, suppose we change this also and write down this way CH3 and then CH and then CH3 and then OCH3. What is the name of this one? This is isopropyl and this is methyl. So, methyl isopropyl ether. Fine. So, this will be isopropyl group and this will be methyl group, or we may name this one 1, 2, 3. This will be 2-methoxypropane. The name of this group will be given as 2-methoxypropane. So, what is to be noted over here, that to the polyvalent functional group ether, the nature of the alkyl group has changed. So, we have got different types of a alkyl group. So, this is called as a metamerism. Similarly, if you take this compound CH3, then C double bond O, and then CH2, and then CH2, and then CH3. What is the name of this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The name of this group will be given as pentane and then 2-one. Or we may call it as 2-pentanone. 2-pentanone. Now this is a carbonyl group. On this side what is the test? Methyl. On this side what is the test? Propyl. If we change the type of nature of the alkyl group attached to this, and we can make the structure this way, CH3 and then CH2 and then C double bond O, CH2 and CH3. So this over here will be 3-pentanone. This is 3-pentanone. So this type of isomerism is called as a metamerism. So metamers are those isomers which arises due to the different alkyl group attached to the polyvalent functional group. So due to the different alkyl group attached to the polyvalent functional group, the type of isomerism that develop is called as a metamerism. Am I clear, student? So this type of isomerism is known as a metamerism. Now, so you may ask, sir, that this can be a position isomer also. I agree. But whenever there is a choice between the position and the metamerism, the better answer will always be metamerism. Now the next type of isomerism will be ring chain isomerism. Now what are ring chain isomers? Students, these are those isomers which arises due to the different modes of linking of carbon atom. I mean to say that isomer possess either open chain structure or ring chain structure. So ring chain isomerism. If you talk about the ring chain isomerism, ring chain isomerism. So those structural isomers, those structural isomers which arises due to different modes of linking of carbon atom, modes of linking of which arises due to different modes of linking of carbon atom. So those isomers which arises due to the different modes of linking of carbon atoms, that is isomer possess either open chain or ring chain structure. They possess either open chain or ring chain structure. Ring chain structure. Those isomers are called as a ring chain isomerism. As for example, if you look at this compound, CH3, CH, double bond CH2. What is the name of this one? This is propene and is having an open chain structure. Now if I write down the structure in this manner, CH2, then again CH2, and this will be CH2. What is this? Cyclopropane. Am I clear? So this over here is cyclopropane and have a ring chain structure. So open chain structure acquires what form? A ring form. So this type of isomerism is called as a ring chain isomerism. Suppose we have got this compound, CH3, then CH2, and then CH, double bond CH2. Name of this group will be given as but1-ene. Am I clear? Now if this is C4H8. If I make the ring chain structure of this, I can make the structure in this manner. This will be CH2. This again will be CH2. Then again over here will be CH2. And this again over here will be CH2. What is the name of this compound? This is butane present in the form of a ring. So name of this group will be given as cyclobutane. So this is butane over here. They are present in the form of a ring. So I shall name it as a cyclobutane. Am I clear? You may see the molecular formula remains same, C4H8. But there it is present in the form of open chain structure. It is present in the form of a ring chain structure. If I write down the structure in this manner, CH, this will be CH2. And then again over here will be CH2. And then over here we write down CH3. So what will be the name over here? This is cyclopropane and this will be methyl. So the name of this group will be given as methyl cyclopropane. What name do we give to this one? We'll name it as methyl cyclopropane. So what type of isomerism is this? This is called as a ring chain isomerism. So ring chain are those structural isomers in which open chain compound acquires a ring structure. Am I clear? So those compounds in which the open chain compounds acquire the ring structure, those are called as the ring chain isomers. Metamers are those isomerism which arises due to the different alkyl group attached to the polyvalent functional groups. Am I clear? Now one isomerism which is very important and is still yet to be discussed is tautomerism. Now we will discuss what do I mean by tautomerism. Now tautomerism. What is tautomerism? When we talk about tautomerism, so student, tautomerism are those structural isomers in which the substance exists in two or more readily interconvertible form, leading to the dynamic equilibrium in them. So the type of isomerism in which substance exists in two readily interconvertible, type of isomerism in which substance exists in two readily interconvertible different structures, into readily interconvertible different structures, readily interconvertible different structures, leading to the dynamic equilibrium, leading to a dynamic equilibrium, leading to a dynamic equilibrium, leading to a dynamic equilibrium is known as tautomers, is known as tautomerism, is known as tautomerism. And different forms are called tautomers, and the different forms are called as tautomers. So tautomerism is that type of isomerism in which two or more than two forms are readily interconvertible, leading to a dynamic equilibrium between the forms. This is known as tautomerism, and the different forms are known as a tautomerism. Tautomerism is also known as desmostropism. It is also known as desmostropism. Now, what is the cause of tautomerism? It arises due to migration of hydrogen atom, mainly at 1,2 or 1,3 position. So it arises due to migration of hydrogen atom, migration of mobile hydrogen atom. So it arises due to the migration of a mobile hydrogen atom, either at 1,2 or 1,3 position. In fact, I must be very clear over here. The position can either be 1,2, 1,3 or any other position like 1,5, 1,7, 1,9 or 1,11A position over here. So it arises due to the migration of mobile hydrogen atom at 1,2, 1,3 position or some other position. Now we will be taking example of discussion of tautomerism by taking 1,2 system. So first will be the diad system. Diad system. This is also called as 1,2 migration. Diad system, which is also known as a 1,2 migration. How does it develop? Suppose we have got this one, H, C, triple bond N. Now, this hydrogen migrate from, this is number 1, this is number 2, from 1 to 2 position. So, there develops two readily interconvertible form, which will be in dynamic equilibrium with each other. So, how will it develop? This H migrate to this, then double bonded to C and coordinated to C. So, these are two readily interconvertible form and they are the tautomeric isomers of each other. So, cyanides and isocyanides in fact are the tautomers of each other. They are also the functional isomer. I told you all tautomers are the functional isomers of each other. But all the functional isomers are not the tautomers of each other. Then triad system. If we have a triad system, this triad system will be 1,3 system. We have a diad system, we have a triad system, which is 1,3 system. As for example, if you take keto-enol tautomerism. For example, if you take keto-enol tautomerism, mean to say ketonic form and the enolic form will be in dynamic equilibrium with each other, developing a keto-enol tautomerism. Like you see this one, CH3 and then C double bond O and CH3. What will happen? Here the migration of H will take place to this side and double bond will migrate to this side. And here this will be a tautomeric form CH2 and then double bond C and then OH and then over here will be CH3. So what form is this? This is a keto form. What form is this? This is a enol form. So this type of isomerism will be called as what? Keto-enol tautomerism. Am I clear? What have I done? This is 1, this is 2 and this is 3. Migration of hydrogen takes place from 1 to 3 position with the necessary adjustment of a double bond. So keto form will change into enol form due to the migration of hydrogen atom. So this will be called as a keto-enol tautomerism. Like this way. If we write down this structure, this is our double bond and naturally this is CH2 and this is CH2. Let this will be 1, 2 and 3. So H will migrate over here. Double bond will migrate over here. It will develop into the new form, which will be a keto-enol form. So this will be enol form. So this over here is a keto form and this will be the enol form. So this is called as a keto-enol tautomerism. Am I clear, student, over here? Let me take the structure of acetyl acetone. Suppose we have got this group CH3, then C double bond O and then CH2 and C double bond O and CH3. This is acetyl, this is acetone. So name of the compound will be given as acetyl acetone. Now in acetyl acetone, if you develop the tautomerism, so how will I develop this? This H will migrate over here. Suppose this is 1, this is 2 and this is 3 and double bond will come to this side. So it will result in the formation of this one. This will be CH3 and then C. This will be OH, double bond, CH, C double bond O and CH3. Am I clear? So this is a tautomerism. Now always remember, student, in monocarbonyl compound, keto form is more stable, whereas in polycarbonyl compound, enol form is more stable. So here this is more stable and this is less stable. Yes, in this keto form, this is more stable. Here again, this will be more stable. So in monocarbonyl compound, keto form, because carbon oxygen bond is more stronger as compared to carbon double bond carbon. In monocarbonyl compound, in monocarbonyl compound, ketoform is more stable. Ketoform is more stable than enol form. In monocarbonyl compound, ketoform is more stable than the enol form. Reason? Carbon oxygen bond is more stronger than carbon double bond carbon. Am I clear? Now, in a polycarbonyl compound, in polycarbonyl compounds, enol form is more stronger. Enol form is more stronger than keto form. Due to, first point is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Wherever it develops. Second, due to conjugation. And third will be, if required, if this concept develop, that will be the aromatic character, which will be aromatic character. So it is due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding, conjugation and aromatic character. As for example, just see, I told you over here in acetyl acetone, this enol form is more stable than the keto form. Why? Because over here develops the intramolecular hydrogen bonding between hydrogen and oxygen. So this is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. This is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Am I clear? So this hydrogen and oxygen are near to each other. So they form a ciliate structure or a ring structure due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Further, this double bond and this double bond are separated from each other by means of a single bond. So double bond is separated from another double bond by a single bond. So this will be pi bond and pi bond conjugation. So it is a case of a conjugation. These two structures are in conjugation with each other. These are in conjugation with each other over here. So that is why in this form will be more dominating as compared to this form. There may be certain cases where the aromatic character may develop. Although students, you have by now not studied the aromatic character, but we will explain to you when this lecture, whenever that lecture will be delivered. Suppose we have got this group. This is a C double bond O. If we consider this structure, we have got this one. This is double bond O. This is double bond and double bond. So which form is this? This is a keto form. Now suppose if H migrate from here to here and double bond to this side. So which form will develop? It will change into the enol form. This will change into the enol form. This will be OH and this will become a molecule of a phenol. So this is enol form. And the molecule will be called as a phenol molecule. And this is aromatic in nature. This compound will be aromatic. So whenever, although in this case, it is only a monocarbonyl compound, but here since the aromatic character develop, so we will say this is more stable as compared to this one. Am I clear, student, over here? So this is how we may determine that in the monocarbonyl compound, keto form is dominating. In polycarbonyl compound, enol form is dominating due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding, conjugation and aromatic character. In this case, it should have been the keto form which is more stable. But enol form is more stable because over here develops the aromatic character. So student, this is something about the structural isomerism. Am I clear? in stereoisomerism, we have conformation isomerism, we have geometrical isomerism, and we have optical isomerism. Conformation isomerism will be discussed in the chapter of alkanes. Geometrical isomerism will be discussed in the chapter of alkenes. Am I clear? So now in this chapter, we have done with you the two discussions, that is the nomenclature and structural isomerism. Next discussion will start with the discussion of a mechanism of a chemistry or organic chemistry reaction. We will study those reactions when we come to those lectures. Till then, thank you.